Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
We were discussing about the different contraceptive devices yesterday, and we completed how many? 2 or 3?
Two.
Two. So which are the two contraceptive devices or contraceptive methods that we discussed yesterday? Nandana?
Barriers and natural methods.
Barriers and natural methods. So we are continuing with the same topic. Next is about intrauterine devices. Intra means inside. Intrauterine devices are those devices which are, as the name suggests, are inserted into the uterus. Okay, so that is why you call them as IUDs or intrauterine devices, as they are being inserted into the uterus of the female body. These are ideal contraceptives for the females who want to delay pregnancy or want spacing between children. So this is one of the ideal methods for females if they want to space between children or they want to delay their pregnancy. These are not permanent methods. These are also temporary methods. But unlike those methods we discussed earlier, this can be once these devices are inserted into the body, it can remain there or it can continue as a contraceptive method for a few years. And another point is that intrauterine devices cannot be self-inserted. So we need medical assistance for the insertion of these intrauterine devices. Doctors or nurses insert this into the uterus through the vagina. They increase phagocytosis of sperms. So that is how they bring about contraception, or they prevent conception or pregnancy by carrying out phagocytosis of sperms. So they help in destroying or killing out this sperms. Different types of IUDs are available. Non-medicated IUDs, hormonal IUDs. So here you can see 3 types of IUDs are there: copper releasing, hormonal and non-medicated IUDs. Starting with the first one, non-medicated IUDs. One example for the same is Lippes loop. As you can see in the figure, this will be inserted into the uterus of the female, and they retard sperm motility, and these loops have got spermicidal effect. So they will help in killing the sperms, and they play an important role in retarding the motility. Means the sperms won't be able to move properly and reach the ovum. So they bring about retardation of the motility of the sperms and also have got spermicidal effect. That is about non-medicated IUDs. Now, copper releasing IUDs. So here you can see copper releasing IUD. One example is copper T. This one is copper T because of the shape. It resembles a T shape. So copper T. Then there is copper 7. See the shape? And then multi-load 375. Once again, I'll show the figures. Copper T, copper 7, and multi-load 375. These are different types of copper releasing IUDs. Once these are inserted into the uterus, they'll start emitting copper ions. These copper ions can also suppress the motility of the sperms and its fertilizing capacity. So thereby what happens? No fertilization will take place and no pregnancy. Now the last one, hormone releasing IUDs. And these hormone releasing IUDs, because of the hormonal effect, they make the uterus unsuitable for implantation. You know that it is on the uterus that the embryo gets implanted. So they make the uterus not suitable for implantation, and the cervix becomes hostile, unfriendly for the sperms. So the sperms won't be able to survive there in the cervix. It makes, because of the hormonal impact, the cervix becomes hostile for the sperms, and it also makes the uterus unsuitable for implantation. Examples: progestasert, LNG-20. Once inserted, they'll keep on emitting these hormones, and with the help of these hormones, the uterus becomes unsuitable for implantation and cervix becomes hostile for the sperms. Examples: progestasert and LNG-20. You should know all the examples given over here. So once again, we started with intrauterine devices. As the name suggests, intrauterine devices are inserted into the uterus for the purpose of contraception, and they will increase the phagocytosis of the sperms. Thereby they'll prevent conception and conception or pregnancy. And these cannot be, these devices cannot be self-inserted. You can see how these are being inserted into the uterus, or its location where they are getting or where they are being inserted into. And these cannot be self-inserted. We need the assistance of a doctor or nurse, or medical assistance is needed for the insertion of this as well as for the removal. And this can be kept inside the uterus for a few years, but generally these are considered as ideal contraceptives. But in case of certain females, they might develop heavy bleeding, back pain, abdominal pain. In such cases, the doctors might advise you to remove them and to use another methods of contraception. So the different types of IUDs we'll see once again. Non-medicated IUDs. So non-medicated IUDs, they retard the sperm motility and they have spermicidal effect. Example: Lipi's loop. Then copper releasing IUDs. The copper ions released by them will suppress the motility and the fertilizing capacity of the sperms. And examples: copper T, copper 7, and multi-load 375. And the last type, hormone releasing IUDs. Example: progestasert and LNG-20. And these will make the cervix hostile for the sperms, unfriendly. They won't be able to survive in the cervix, and at the same time, they make the uterus unsuitable for implantation. So that was about IUDs. Now moving on to the fourth type of contraception, oral contraceptive pills. These are taken orally. So pills are available, and just like intrauterine devices, pills are also used by, or these two are the contraceptive methods adopted by females. Oral administration of these pills. Actually, these pills are hormonal preparations. So they contain progestogens or progestogen estrogen combinations, and these are available in the form of tablets. And there is a particular dosage and frequency, how you have to consume these tablets, and we have to take advice from the doctor, a qualified doctor. So they'll suggest what is to be done, how this medicine or these pills have to be taken in to carry out, or to take it as to consider it as a method of contraception. So once again, oral contraceptive pills, as the name suggests, oral administration of these hormonal preparations in the form of tablets also will help in carrying out contraception. So these tablets, these oral pills contain hormonal preparations, as I told, progestogens or progestogen estrogen combinations, and these are available in the form of tablets. These pills are taken daily for 21 days, starting within the first 5 days. So the medicine or these tablets the female should start taking within the first 5 days of menstrual cycle, and she should continue it for 21 days. And during the period of menstruation, for those 7 days, she can discontinue. And then once menstrual flow stops after 7 days, this has to be continued again in the same pattern so long as she doesn't want a child. So until she wants to prevent pregnancy, this medication should be continued. I'll repeat once again: oral contraceptive pills, the fourth method of contraception. Hormonal preparations are available in the form of tablets. Mainly, the hormones used are progestogen or progestogen estrogen combinations. And on the advice of the doctor, this should be taken. And the pills should be taken daily for 21 days. This should start within the first 5 days of menstrual cycle, and the lady can discontinue using it during the time of menstrual flow, that is for 7 days. And once it stops, she should start this again, or she should continue this until she doesn't want to conceive. Okay. And this method is considered to be a reliable method. And even though they claim that there are no side effects, there can be so many side effects of using these oral pills for a long period of time. They inhibit ovulation and implantation. So you know that we already learned that menstrual cycle is under the control of different hormones. So when you are taking hormonal preparations from external source, they will fluctuate, or they will bring about changes in the menstrual cycle, ovulation and implantation. So ovulation will not take place. They inhibit ovulation and implantation and thicken the cervical mucus. So all these will prevent the entry of sperms or the fertilization. Even if the sperm enters, when no ovulation is happening, fertilization cannot take place. Even if fertilization takes place, the implantation is prevented. So by means of these the different methods, conception or pregnancy will be prevented. So this the oral contraceptive pills will help in preventing conception. So once again, I'll repeat the points. Oral administration of progestogens or progestogen estrogen combinations are taken in the form of pills. And um, these pills should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. And normally, this is a dosage or this is a frequency how the medicine should be taken. It should be taken within the first 5 days of menstrual cycle, and it should be continued for 21 days. And once the menstrual flow starts, for those 7 days, this can be discontinued. And once it is over, again, the person or the female should start taking the medicine. And this has to be repeated until she, or so long as she doesn't want to conceive. So when she plans to conceive, then she can stop using these tablets. So this method is also a reversible method. So when she wants to conceive, then she can stop this medication and conceive. And the different ways by means of which these pills prevent fertilization are: they inhibit ovulation will not take place, and they even prevent implantation in case fertilization take place. And they also make the cervical mucus thick. They thicken the mucus layer of the cervix so as to prevent the entry of sperms into the female reproductive tract. Now here you can see a particular brand of oral contraceptive pills, Saheli, and it is developed by CDRI, Central Drug Research Institute in Lucknow, and they claim that it doesn't contain any steroids. It's a non-steroidal preparation, And when compared to the other oral contraceptive pills, this is once a week pill. The pill need to be taken only once in a week, and very few side effects and high contraceptive value. So Saheli is a brand of oral contraceptive pills, and this had been developed in the Central Drug Research Institute in Lucknow, and the manufacturers claim that it is a non-steroidal preparation, it's having very less side effects and high contraceptive value. And at the same time, when compared to other pills, so just now we discussed how the other pills used to be should be taken, that is for 21 days it should be taken, starting within the first 5 days of menstrual cycle, then discontinuing for 7 days and again continuing it. Whereas Saheli is an oral contraceptive pill which need to be taken only once in a week. So you call it as once in a week pill. Fifth one. So in the beginning, we learned that there are 6 methods of contraception, and which you're going to learn in this chapter. We completed 4. Now moving on to fifth one, injectables or implants. Injectables or implants. So some medicines can be injected into the body to prevent pregnancy, or some substances, some hormonal preparations can be implanted into the body of the person to carry out or to act as a contraceptive method. So let's see the details. Progestogens or progestogen estrogen combinations are used by females. So these methods, oral contraceptive pills, intrauterine devices, and even injections and implants are also being used by females. And these hormonal preparations are either taken as injections or they are implanted under the skin. And this, their mode of action is very much similar to that of pills, because pills are also made up of the same hormonal preparations, and they bring about fluctuations or changes in the menstrual cycle, delay ovulation. So the menstrual cycle will not be taking place as usual. So their action, mode of action is similar to that of the pills, but their effective periods are much longer when compared to pills. So here you can see a contraceptive injection. So these medications will be introduced. They'll be injected into the muscles so as to prevent fertilization. Now here in the picture you can see an implant, a lady with an implant on her upper arm. So these implants are also containing hormonal preparations. So these implants will be inserted, plastic rod-like structure containing hormonal preparations. This will be introduced into the beneath the skin. These will be introduced beneath the skin of the females, and progestogens or progestogen estrogen combinations and IUDs are used as emergency contraceptives within 72 hours of coitus. So hope you understood what I mentioned about injectables and implants. Injectables and implants both contain hormonal preparations of progestogen or progestogen estrogen combinations. So in the case of oral contraceptive pills also, we learned that these pills contain hormonal preparations. So their mode of action is same, whether injections or implants or pills are used, their mode of action is same, because the same effect the hormones are bringing about in the body of the female. But the difference is that here in the case of injections and implants, the effects can be a little more longer when compared to pills. And either these hormonal preparations are injected into the muscles of the body of female, or these can be implanted beneath the skin in the upper arm, mostly in the upper arm of the female. So from there, these hormones will be emitted and they'll bring about changes in the normal cycle, menstrual cycle of the female. And at the same time, uh, IUDs and these pills and IUDs can also be used as emergency contraceptives within 72 hours of coitus. So sometimes, under normal cases, the couple will be pre-planned whether they should have children or not, or what method of contraception they should adopt. So they have already planned it well, and they might have adopted any of these methods. But sometimes when they have unprotected sex, or you can say that without any preparation, without taking any precautions to avoid pregnancy, if there happens an intercourse or coitus, in such cases these pills, progestogen or estrogen combination in the form of pills, or IUDs, mainly copper releasing IUDs, can be used as emergency contraceptive devices. After, usually these are adopted or taken or used by the couples before the sexual intercourse. But in case if they haven't taken any such precautions, and in case when they require emergency contraception after the coitus, then these IUDs or the pills should be taken within 72 hours. So if taken, so they can help in emergency contraception, and it avoids pregnancy, especially in case of rapes or casual intercourses when they have unprotected sexual contact. In such case also, if the people involved, they don't want a child at that time, or for the coming year or within a short span of time, they can adopt this emergency contraception. And success rate, we cannot say it is 100%. There can be failures, but still it can be adopted as an emergency contraceptive method. Now, moving on to the last method. So when compared to all the other methods, 5 methods we discussed, all those were reversible. They were reversible methods. That means, as and when, even if they adopt any of these methods, as and when the lady wants to conceive, she can stop it. She can stop using those contraceptive methods. But this one is different. This is a permanent method of contraception. But there had been cases where surgical methods had been reversed. But always, a success rate is very low. And once it was there in the newspaper, after the tsunami, a couple, they had 2 children. They lost both their children in that mm, disaster. And in such case, I remember I had read somewhere in the newspaper that in such a case, this they tried to reverse, because the couples had adopted surgical method of contraception. Since as they had already 2 children, they don't want any more children. And in such case, the doctors succeeded in reversing this surgical method of contraception, and the lady was able to conceive. But the success rate is very, very low. We generally consider it as a permanent method of contraception. You even call it a sterilization method. And these methods will help in blocking the transport of gametes, transport of sperm from the ovary to the uterus. And these methods will Okay, children. Surgical methods, we even call it as sterilization. And surgical methods can be adopted by males or females. Either male or female can undergo the surgery so as to prevent or so as to act as a contraceptive method. Either the male partner or female partner can undergo the surgery. And once the surgical method is done, this will help in preventing the transport of gametes. Gametes means egg or sperm, and thereby prevents conception. It's very effective when compared to all the other methods. It's very effective method, but as I told you already, reversibility is very, very poor. But there had been cases where even after the surgery, they have conducted surgery again so that the couple or so that the lady can conceived again. So there had been cases, but generally we say that the reversibility is very, very poor. Vasectomy and tubectomy. These are the two surgical methods of contraception. Vasectomy, you have learned vas deferens. Vas deferens is a part of male reproductive tract. So vasectomy is carried out as a surgery conducted in males. Sterilization procedure in males is known as vasectomy. And here what is done is a small part of the vas deferens. You can see the accessory duct vas deferens, a small portion of vas deferens is removed or it is tied up through a small incision which they make in the scrotal sac. Scrotum, you have already learned. Scrotum is a sac which encloses testes. So through the scrotal, a small incision, a small cut is made in the scrotal sac, and a small portion of vas deferens is either removed or tied, so that you can see there is a block over there. The vas deferens is blocked so that the sperms or the sperms cannot be transferred. And tubectomy, fallopian tube. So tubectomy is a sterilization procedure in females, and here instead of vas deferens in males, here the fallopian tube, a small part of fallopian tube is removed or tied up through a small cut made in the abdomen or through the vagina, either through the vagina or by making a small cut in the abdominal region. Cut is made in the fallopian tube, or the fallopian tube is blocked. Is it clear? And this is the last method, surgical method or sterilization method for contraception. I'll
Ma'am,
put all the slides once again. Yes, Punya, you want to see the slides again now?
ma'am, the last slide.
Now, all the slides I will show. I'll sum up our today's topic once again. The side effects of anti-natural contraceptives. So in the beginning, we discussed about some natural or traditional methods, other methods of contraception. So natural methods are not having any side effects, but the success rate is less. And at the same time, when you adopt other contraceptive methods, they have their own disadvantages, even though they claim each type of contraception. So many claims we have seen, no side effects, high contraceptive value. So in spite of all that, some commonly found side effects are nausea. Nausea means a tendency to vomit, abdominal pain, breakthrough bleeding. So in between the bleeding is noticed. Then irregular menstrual bleeding. So menstrual cycle becomes irregular, and irregular menstrual bleeding is noticed. Then breast cancer. On the extreme end, we have breast cancer also. So when these contraceptive measures are used for a long term, this can lead to different side effects like nausea, abdominal pain, breakthrough bleeding, irregular menstrual bleeding, breast cancer, and many more side effects are there. A few they have listed over here. Now let's have a quick recap of the different contraceptive measures that we learned today. We started with oral contraceptives. As I told you, oral contraceptives contain progestogen or progestogen estrogen combinations in the form of tablets. And these should be taken daily for 21 days, starting within the first 5 days of menstrual cycle, and the lady can discontinue it during the menstrual flow for 7 days. After that, she should continue it again until she wants to conceive. So long as she doesn't want to conceive, she will be continuing it. And when she wants to conceive, she can stop this and conceive. And after a gap of 7 days, as I told, this will be repeated. And these oral contraceptive pills, they inhibit ovulation, implantation, and thicken the cervical mucus to prevent the entry of sperms. Pills are very effective with side effects. They claim so, but in many cases, side effects are found in females who use it for a long period of time. But if advantages are asked from the examination point of view, if the advantages of pills are asked, you can give these 2 points: very effective, lesser side effects. Then Saheli is a brand of oral contraceptives produced by the Central Drug Research Institute in Lucknow. And they claim that this is non-steroidal, lesser side effects, and high contraceptive value. And one advantage is that this pill need to be taken only once in a week. Next one, injections or implants, just like oral contraceptive pills. This method is also adopted by females. It's a method of contraception in females. The same hormonal preparation, it can be taken either as an injection or it can be implanted below the skin. So from there, if it is implanted below the skin, from there these hormones will be emitted and they help in contraception. Mode of action is similar to that of pills, and effective periods are much longer. So here you can see a few pictures showing implants as well as injections. Then I told about emergency contraception. If no precautions were taken before the coitus, if the lady takes or adopts some contraceptive measures like certain pills are there or IUDs, if these are taken within 72 hours of coitus, it can be considered as an emergency contraceptive method. It avoids pregnancy, especially when an intercourse happens due to rape or a casual intercourse or unprotected sex. Now, the last method, surgical method. These methods will help in blocking the transport of ova and sperms, and thereby it will prevent conception. And it is very effective. Reversibility is very poor. And this method can be adopted by males as well as females. And the sterilization technique in males, you call it as vasectomy. Don't get confused. Remember the term vas deferens and fallopian tube in females. So females it is tubectomy, males it is vasectomy. And in vasectomy, a small portion of vas deferens is removed or tied by a cut made in the scrotal sac. And in case of females, a small portion of fallopian tube is removed or tied up by making a small cut in the abdominal region or through the vagina. And the side effects also we discussed: nausea, breakthrough bleeding, irregular menstrual cycle, breast cancer, etc. These are some of the side effects. Any slides you want to see again? Any doubts? Clear? Clear, children? Yes,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
no? Okay. Why your videos are off? You want frequent reminders? Okay, Punya. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything to be repeated? Okay, I thought these are not very difficult. Hope you can understand better. That's why you felt I went a little fast, but I didn't feel so. But you were able to follow. If you want me to repeat, I will. But were you able to
Ma'am,
follow? Ah,
portion of the vas deferens is cut, right?
ah.
So
What did I
what
say?
is about the scrotum?
It is through the scrotum that the incision is made. So when the surgery is performed, how to reach vas deferens?
Okay,
Through
ma'am.
the scrotum. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
In females, if we have to reach out to the fallopian tube, a cut should be made. So that is made either in the abdomen or through the vagina. The doctors reach out to the fallopian tube. So for reaching the vas difference, they make a cut in the scrotum. Okay.
Okay.
It's clear now? Others felt I was going a bit fast? No. That I'll come to know now by asking questions. Anna, you may start. Summarize, starting with oral contraception.
Oral contraceptive.
What do they contain? What do they contain?
Progesterones or progesterone, estrogen.
Progesterone. Progesterone we already learned. Progesterone is the most important progestogen. Progestogen means it's a group of hormones. Progestogen or
Progesterone, estrogen combination.
Are taken in the form of
Pills or tablets.
Okay. Then Michael, next point. How this should be taken?
They should be taken daily for
21
21
days.
days.
When
Starting
she should start, when the lady should start.
within the first 5 days of the
Okay,
menstrual cycle.
Then when she can discontinue.
Okay, after a gap of 7 days, it has to be repeated.
Okay.
until
Why
wants
it is
to
discontinued
prevent-
for 7 days? It's because during that time, the menstrual flow, the menstruation happens. So those days she can discontinue and then she will restart it. And what are the advantages, Lydia, of using pills?
They prevent and they inhibit ovulation and implantation.
They inhibit ovulation, implantation, and makes the cervical mucus thick to prevent the entry of sperms. And the other advantage, these are the methods by means of which they bring about contraception. But what are the advantages?
Very effective.
Very effective and less
side effects.
So we discussed about a particular brand of oral contraceptive pills. What do you know about that, Sania?
It's Saheli.
Saheli.
It's a non-steroidal
Saheli means what? It's a Hindi word.
friend.
Okay. Then
It's a non-steroidal brand.
non-steroidal brand. Okay.
It has to be consumed only once a week.
Yes. Then less
Side effects and highly effective.
contraceptive value. Then we learned about the next method, injectables and implants. So tell me about that, Rijas.
It contains progesterones or progesterone estrogen.
Estrogen combinations.
It is either injected or implanted under skin.
Then how do they act?
Their action is similar to the oral contraception.
Yes, because same hormonal preparations are being used here also. And these implants and all, it can be implanted there beneath the skin for almost minimum 3 years. So it can be kept like that, or this can be introduced for a longer period of time. That is why it is said that the effect of these methods of contraception are a bit longer when compared to pills. Then we learned about emergency contraception. Nandana, what did we learn about emergency contraception? What are the
Progestogen or progesterone, estrogen combination.
combinations?
If they and IUDs. If they are
They
used
can be used
within
as
72
okay.
hours of coitus.
Within 72 hours. That is very important. If it is delayed, it may not serve the purpose. Even if it is taken within 72 hours, we cannot say 100% success rate, but these are the methods commonly adopted. Copper releasing IUDs, there it is mentioned IUDs. So effective ones are copper releasing ones, and different pills with these hormonal preparations. Like earlier in the TV, this advertisement used to show, I think it was eye pill. It should be taken within 72 hours for emergency contraception. Now, after that, what did we learn? Surgical methods. Malavika, tell me about the surgical methods.
They block the transportation of gametes by and prevents conception.
Mm.
It is very effective, but
Mm.
the reversibility is poor.
Poor. What else we learned? Lydia, you got a chance? No,
Yes, I
It-
got.
you already said. Okay, Anthony,
Vasectomy,
vasectomy. Tell me about vasectomy.
sterilization procedures in males.
And how is it done?
A small part of
Mm.
vas differences is
You're
removed.
reading?
Small part of vas difference is removed
Removed or?
or tied up.
Why it is done so?
Uh,
It is not there. You can't read from there. Why it is done? So that it will prevent the transport of what?
sperms.
Sperms. Okay. And Meenakshi, I saw your message. Now it's okay, no? It's shown all the slides. Okay. Tell me. Tell me about tubectomy.
Ma'am, in tubectomy, a small part of it is done in females,
Mm.
and a small part of the fallopian tube is removed or tied up,
Mm.
so that the eggs will be the prevention of the.
So that fertilization will not take place because egg cannot reach the fallopian tube. Egg release from the ovary cannot reach the fallopian tube. So no chance of fertilization. Okay. Now, what are the side effects of anti-natural contraceptives? Naureen, Vidur, where are you? Where did you vanish? Naureen also. What happened, Naureen?
Ma'am, when I turn the audio, I'm not able to hear. No, ma'am, when I turn the video.
Ma'am, Naureen, sir.
Where are you, Naureen? Yes, Naureen, tell me
Ma'am.
the side effects of using anti-natural contraceptives. With that, we'll wind up, Naureen.
Nausea,
Nausea,
abdominal pain,
abdominal pain.
breakthrough bleeding, irregular menstrual bleeding, and
You're
breast
reading.
cancer.
You're reading, Naureen? You're reading from somewhere?
No, ma'am.
Once again.
Yes, some
Hmm.
nausea, abdominal pain, breakthrough bleeding, menstrual bleeding, and breast cancer.
Okay. So next class, we'll be starting with MTP or medical termination of pregnancy. So please do revise. Which chapter? I'd asked you, after Vishu, you should revise and come. Which chapter? Second chapter, no? Say something, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Only one person. And don't tell me that I was absent. I didn't know my connectivity went at that time. Don't come up with all those excuses. So day after tomorrow, please come prepared. Chapter 3 for revision test. Thank you.